And we have a government talk show with our host, Scott Johnson. Today's guest is the Shelbyville City Manager, Scott Collins. Johnson, take it away.
Thank you, Producer Chase. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of the borough, in the lovely, sunny, and now green hills again, rolling hills of southern middle Tennessee. It's that time of the month. We have in here Scott Collins. He's Shelbyville City Manager, to talk about what's going on in the city of Shelbyville. And he's flying his colors today. For those of you who see this later on Facebook, and being a University of Tennessee grad myself, we do appreciate that, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, sir.
You know, matter of fact, we're going to give you extra time because you wore that today at free charge.
We need everything after last weekend.
We're not talking about last weekend, Scott. Okay? Unless you want to talk about the Vandy, Alabama game, we can talk about that.
Yeah. No, we'll look forward, sir.
So what's going on in the city of Shelbyville?
Well, before we get into that,
okay,
I just had the pleasure and honor of meeting Mr. Hopkins. I've been here 2 years and hadn't had the honor of meeting him.
The man, the myth, and the legend, all wrapped into one.
We had about a 5 to 10 minute conversation and find out our roots are in southeast Kentucky and our families migrated to
he's from Wise, Virginia over there, and across the, I think he was born in Kentucky.
Yes.
But then he came over into Virginia.
And for the record, I was born in Tennessee.
You were?
I'm full orange-blooded Tennessee.
Well, that little area right there is, of course, you got Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee all come together.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, that's unfortunately recently where the sheriff shot the judge, but is in that area right there. Yes. But that's a beautiful, beautiful part of Tennessee.
Oh, it is. The mountains are just spectacular.
They are. Of course, we got folks having a lot of hard time over there right now.
Yes, sir. That kind of, I was talking to one of your colleagues on the radio, Wayne, and, you know, they did a relief flight.
He did. He flew up there with his airplane. Yeah.
Having family and friends. Of course, I spent 5 years as city manager for Newport.
Oh, I did not. So I knew you were up there. I didn't know you were in Newport.
Yes.
Well, they were hard hit, weren't they?
They've had to relocate their city halls. They're operating out of a community center right now.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you guys almost had to do that one time when the flume collapsed next to the city. Well, actually, that was a police department. But, anyhow. Well, our thoughts and prayers go out to all those folks in East Tennessee.
With the flume.
Oh, it is? Oh, good.
Yes, sir.
Oh, outstanding.
We had a fantastic city council meeting. Even though it was a four-page agenda.
Four-page agenda?
Four-page agenda. Yes, sir.
Man, I don't feel so bad about the county commission right now.
Mayor Carroll and the city council members moved through it within an hour.
Pretty quickly?
Yes, sir. And
I guess it helps having those study sessions a week before, right?
Does.
Where you don't vote on anything, but you can talk through the issues instead of having a ton. Of course, the county does that with the committee meetings, too, as well. And that's a great way to do it and a great way for the public to see what's going on.
Yes, sir. But the city council did authorize funding for the design of the pumps for the flume, the famous flood pumps.
There's 3 of them down there now.
Yes, sir.
And they were put in 1962, I think, roughly?
I'm not sure.
I think it was in the 60s. That was a FEMA project, mitigation project. And for those of you who don't know what Scott's talking about, there's an underground stormwater drainage system that you can drive a pickup truck through.
It's huge.
Under the city of Shelbyville, and which is very necessary for drainage. And I know it kind of comes over from around the Regions Bank area and some other places, and but it's been there a long time.
Yes,
it's been repaired twice, if I recall correctly. But the pumps, once it goes to the detention or retention pond, that's what throws it over into the river.
Right.
And well, that's great. You guys are going to do that because that's definitely needed and necessary.
And the pumps are under construction, I guess, or manufactured, whatever the term is.
Right.
And it's going to take about a year, but now we're several months into that year timeline.
Sure, yeah.
And so now it's time to get ready to do the design, so when the pumps arrive, they'll fit into our housing.
Yeah, because that's pretty old technology. It was state of the art when it was put in, but I'm glad to see you guys are upgrading. And I think the fire department goes down there and tries to start them a couple times a year.
They do,
and keep them going and make sure they're up and running. And for those of you who don't know it, folks, especially when the city has to close the floodgate there on Cannon Boulevard. You got to be able to get rid of the water that's behind it. So,
well, fortunately, that's not happened during my 2+ years here. So,
you know what? I shouldn't have said anything.
No, we may need to go on to another subject.
Yeah, let's talk about something. I'm glad to hear you guys are doing it. That's a great project, Scott. What else you got?
Well, we did a lot of good work last night, and I say we, the mayor and city council. But one of the things I'm very proud about is the city is joining in with the county and the Chamber of Commerce for this fantastic Bedford County Christmas program.
I tell you what, Scott, and you're very familiar with it, and I am too, and the public will be shortly.
Yes.
We'll give out a few details, I guess. Save the date, folks. I believe it's Tuesday, December 3rd, if I remember correctly. Sir. And there is going to be, we're not talking about just throwing a light on a Christmas tree this year. We're talking about really bringing folks onto the beautiful square that Shelbyville has there. And, of course, the county courthouse right there. Everything from potentially, and it just depends on the amount of funding we get, right, at the chamber, but fireworks and reindeer and they had choirs and bands and a little bit of everything.
Yes, sir. It is so exciting, and the enthusiasm for it. You know, the chamber director, Dana, her eyes just light up when she's talking.
They do, don't they?
They do. And we are so excited as the city of Shelbyville to be a part of it, joining with the Bedford County government and the chamber.
And what Scott's talking about is on Tuesday night, the county commission voted unanimously to provide funding, $10,000, to this effort to help celebrate Christmas, and the city did the same thing last night with matching in a partnership effort there between the city and the county, and we appreciate that. And I think, and hopefully, that square, we've had so many businesses invest so much money up there over the last few years to really improve that square. Folks, if you haven't been up there in a while, you need to go to the Shelbyville Public Square up there. It's beautiful, and a lot of great merchants up there, and I know surely they're going to be happy about having this event up there as well.
Oh, absolutely. And, there have been so many improvements to the square.
There really has.
Our long-term icon of the square, Popes, they recently restructured the building to shore it up. And then, of course, I've got to say something about the Glass Hollow. I've watched that thing start from just more or less a ripped-out building to the phenomenal restaurant and facility that it is now.
For those of you that grew up here, you'll know that as the old Knox Pitts hardware store. And those folks there at Glass Hollow have done a fantastic job. When they had the ribbon cutting, I ran into a gentleman there that I know that worked at Knox Pitts for probably 15 or 20 years.
Wow.
And he was really impressed with what the folks have done, Jeb and Ashley and all the family there have done. What a great, and Scott, I think that's going to bring that's going to bring folks here from like Murfreesboro and stuff, where like a lot of people go to Murfreesboro. They're going to come here now.
Yes, sir.
And that'll be sales tax for the city, and which is a good thing. And,
Jeb's vision, Jeb House, his vision with his wife Ashley and his mother Shavney Beasley.
Shavney, yep, absolutely.
When you walk in, you're not just getting great food, great service, but it's like an experience.
Still got the exposed brick and the wood plank floors, and it's a beautiful, one of the nicer restaurant facilities, I'm going to tell you, in Middle Tennessee. That's not exaggerating.
And the food is fantastic.
I hadn't had a chance to eat there yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
We're going there again tonight.
Okay.
we really like it.
Yeah, I think that's obviously going to be a great anchor for the square and bringing people here. And then, of course, you got Grindstone Cowboy working next door.
Well,
a different type of venue, but, that will kind of be complimentary, I think.
As luck would have it, the fire chief and I went down where we're designing and working on what's going to be called the Riverview District. And Mike and Beth Davis happened to come.
Those are two of the owners for Grindstone.
And so they kind of walked us through it. I mean, they've already got the first floor done. They're already doing the second floor, and they've shown where this small stage, as they call it, is going to be.
It's going to be a music venue.
Yes. Well,
kind of.
Craig Campbell.
How did he describe it?
He describes it as a coffee shop, a snack-type restaurant, and music venue and gathering place.
Okay.
And bar. They also going to have some...
and they'll have different... I know in Eagleville they have different guest artists come in. I guess they'll do the same thing here.
Well, one thing, because we're so proud to be associated with Craig Campbell because, he's top 40 hits. He
really nice guy, too.
Oh, he's a Georgia fan, though. That's the only thing I have concerns with.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
I think he needs to pay bigger permit prices, Scott. I'm just saying. But anyway, that be it what it is.
But they're so excited about being in Shelbyville. And if you follow either Grindstone Cowboy or Craig Campbell on Facebook, he does walkthroughs on occasion and will tell you the progress and everything.
Oh, on the new facility?
Yes.
That right here in Shelbyville, yeah?
Yes, sir. And they're very excited because this is going to give them more opportunity. Because as we were envisioning the Riverview District, at the far end of Spring Street, we were saying, we can put up a big stage right there, bring it in like we do 4th of July at the park. And I said, we've already got a headline entertainer. And I kind of pointed toward Craig. And Craig said, I don't know about that, but I sure know a lot of people.
Yes, he does.
But
just he and his wife, nice folks, and of course the Davises as well.
Oh, good grief, yes.
And they're here locally.
Yes,
Beth and Mike, and we're really looking forward to that. And I think
invested in the community too. They believe in Shelbyville.
Absolutely, they really do.
And
they are transplants that came here, but they do believe it. This is a home for them, and they're not going anywhere. So I'm just really excited about Square. I'm glad you mentioned the Pope's renovation too, because I saw them working on that.
And there's another one going on right now. I mean, these buildings, Commissioner, have a couple of years on them, but people.
I think a lot of them have like 1901 on them. They're like 125 years old.
But people seeing the value of reinvesting and
I think the time to buy a property was about 3 years ago up there, because now there's so many improvements.
Yes, sir.
And of course the county tore down that old ugly jail across from the police department there, so it's going to help with parking, I think.
It already
at some
is.
point, I think the plan is to turn that old rock jail into an information center, I think, at some point, or try to. And then, of course, that old juvenile facility, we're going to bulldoze that as soon as we can build a new one out by the Justice Center. It's just going to really improve the whole look down there.
Yes, sir. And, everybody's working together, and things are moving forward so well. And even the old box factory, recently representatives from it have contacted our planning department, and they're starting the design.
Figure out what they're going to do there.
It's going to be classic hops.
Like a microbrewery or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also you can pick up a burger, stuff like that. But yes, sir. And
I bet there'll be some antique cars there, because some of those owners are into antique cars, I think. That'll be neat.
Sir. And again, you're taking an eyesore and turning it into such an asset.
I tell you, when you come down 231 from Murfreesboro and you approach that square within 24 months, that's going to be a huge change, and it is going to be. Absolutely. I'm excited about it.
And Commissioner, the event that you and Mayor Graham are working with Dana, the chamber director, and so many other wonderful people, when you have events like that, it just brings people into the square, and then they see what a wonderful
Well, and expose them to all the merchants on the square, the restaurants on the square, all the other business, so they'll come back, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
And do it right. Folks, we're talking to Scott Collins, not Johnson. Scott Collins, the Shelbyville City Manager. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back.
Isn't it time you had a good night's sleep? People at their best get their beauty rest with a personalized Simmons Beauty Rest sleep experience from Kincaid's, who's always been your hometown source for top-notch customer care. From inner spring and plush to the luxurious Beauty Rest Harmony Collection, featuring pocketed coil technology designed to restore your sleep with individualized support. Call Kincaid's at 931-684-5662 and get your Beauty Rest with impressive selection of Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses today.
At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, directly across from the U.S. Post Office. 931-684-2020.
This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. It's that time of the month we're talking to Scott Collins, the Shelbyville City Manager, about a plethora of things going on in the city of Shelbyville. We've been talking about the renovations and upgrades on the Shelbyville Square, which, you know, Scott, I know the historians know this, but maybe a lot of our listening audience done. That's kind of called the Shelbyville model, that square, and yes, most of the squares that you see that are like that, with a courthouse in the middle and all the stores and offices around it, that started in Shelbyville.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, I'm talking in the early 1800s.
And there's towns even out west that have the Shelbyville models, what I've learned.
You know, it's so beautiful up on top of that hill as well.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, your office is up there.
Yes, sir.
And you can overlook a little piece of it anyway.
And sometimes I just enjoy stepping out of the office and walking around the square. And the foot traffic, Commissioner, has picked up significantly.
I would, and I'm being conservative, it's probably tripled in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yes, sir.
Easily. And, of course, the merchants are good up there about having different events themselves up there and doing things. And now that, and I know Mayor Graham's very supportive of having stuff on the county property there at the courthouse, and he's worked in agreement with Chamber of Commerce to start having a lot more events. There have already been quite a few. But,
absolutely.
But, folks, there are going to be a whole lot more, so you need to figure out and watch the schedule. Go to the Chamber of Commerce, the county, or the city websites or Facebook pages to find out what's going on, because there's a lot going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look, what else you want to talk about, Scott?
Well, I did touch on the Riverview District a little bit, and that has been approved by council through the budget, and design plans should be in hand at the end of this month, maybe the middle of November, and then after the holidays and the first of the year, we hope to start breaking ground, because one of the things we're seeking to do, and we've met with the Fly representatives.
Is that where it's going to kind of start, right down there?
Yes, sir. We're going to expand the Fly parking lot, for one thing. And add probably
that'd be great.
About 60 to 70 new parking places.
I guess towards the river?
Yes, sir.
Down that way?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because speaking of the river, that's in conjunction with our river walk. Some people call it the Greenway, but the river walk and river overlook. We're moving forward, having monthly meetings on it. Commissioner, we're in that engineering, environmental phase that
you have to do that
forever,
especially if you're involved in a river.
Yes, sir.
That's just part of it.
It is, but we're making progress there. We've got a great team of engineers we're working with, and so, like you said a minute ago, within the next 12 to 18 months. People are going to be amazed.
They really are. You know, and you mentioned the Fly Arts Center. Folks, if you haven't been in there in a few years, I mean, they renovated it quite a long time ago, but what a beautiful, it was the old, I think they made Fly Manufacturing, made blue jeans in there.
Oh, really?
And there wasn't any air conditioning. I remember those days. But that Arts Council has done a great job of renovating that building. Matter of fact, my daughter's wedding reception was in that building. That's been a long time ago now. But if you haven't been there, and they do have some historical memorabilia in there as well that you can look
Yes, sir. And they have a theater production going on right now, Lizzie Borden, and this weekend.
Those are so fun to go to, especially because you probably know somebody that's in the play, and it's, there's limited seating, but there's enough. But you're right up close, and those are so fun to go to. And guess what, folks? You can park right outside and walk in. It's not like in Nashville where you got to walk 4 blocks
and pay $30 or $40 to park
and check around and see who's following you. I mean, you can right here in Shelbyville, you can get some arts.
Well, it's a good hometown
theater
feel.
Arts.
Yes,
Absolutely. So that'd be great. Yeah, I can see expanding that parking lot too. Well, we're going to need a lot of parking.
Yes, we are
around the square, and hopefully at some point we can do some more with that old jail parking lot as well to help improve in that area.
And we're proud to announce, and of course it's been on social media and everything, and but we've got 3 new coffee places coming in. We've already got some outstanding ones, of course, but
we do,
because of the demand, 7 Brews is coming in.
That's out across from Walmart.
Dutch Brothers is going to be near Collier Avenue, corner of Collier and Main.
Okay.
Near McDonald's.
Right.
McDonald's.
Right.
And then Starbucks is going to be next to Doak Funeral Home.
Oh, okay. That empty lot right there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, so we've got the chicken places on North Main. Now we're going to have all the coffee places.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right.
And the Hampton
We'll give
Inn,
folks options, yeah.
Hampton Inn has started with their site plan, so they're moving forward there. So we're very
They're still
excited.
going to be there behind
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts and all that. I tell you, I'm excited about that Hampton Inn.
Yes, sir.
That gives us some options there on hotels. And,
yes, sir. And hopefully, they will come on up. In conjunction, the city has received a overall $5 million grant project from the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation to build a soccer complex. And the local share is a 50-50 grant. So
okay.
The state,
talking about what's going to be out at Griffin Park?
Yes, sir. The state will be providing $2.5 million, and the city, between land and cash money, needs to have.
So the land can be included in the in kind there or whatever.
Be huge on this phase 1.
Oh yeah, because y'all bought that property a while back.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Back when you needed to buy property before, you wouldn't want to try and buy it now.
And the value is significant.
Yeah, I bet it has. Right there off Horse Mountain Road there.
Yes, sir. That is going to help us, but. To have the soccer complex, you got to have the motel rooms and other amenities.
If you're going to have tournaments, absolutely. You don't want folks, and even those of us on the celebration board of directors, we're very excited about having that Hampton Inn coming here because we have, as you know, we have events probably 40 weekends out of, more than that, 45 weekends out of the year, and most of them are multi-night events.
Yes, sir.
I know y'all provide some scholarships to some of those folks coming in here, or grants, to help them put on those things.
As a matter of fact, last night the city council approved unanimously to sponsor a table for the Fall Classic.
The Fall Classic coming up. Well, thank you very much for that. On behalf of the Celebration Board.
Yes. Well, I got to get, again, the full scope of celebration this year. And Warren Wells, his board, everybody.
Right, absolutely.
I was talking to people. Well, matter of fact, I talked to one gentleman that lives next door to some guy named Nick Saban down in south of us, another state.
Did he coach at a community college or something?
Maybe. I don't know. But all the people that come to
I'm looking for the red pickup truck to drive into the parking lot, Scott, out of here. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, just all the people that come to Shelbyville to take part in this spectacular event.
Well, it's not just the 11 nights of the celebration, but there's stuff going on all the time.
Yes.
I went to the Mounted Shooters. Did you stop by for that?
Yes.
What a great event that was.
Oh, my gosh.
And folks, they're not shooting bullets, across. It's a gunpowder charge, but it's a great event to watch. A lot of juveniles out there.
And the horse horsemanship.
Those horses are worth a lot of money.
Yes, they are.
And with the skill sets they have on doing that.
And, of course, my favorites is when you all bring in the rodeos and the bull riding, barrel racing. Oh, my goodness. That's exciting.
Yeah, got to have a couple more orthopedic surgeons around for those guys. But, Warren and his staff have done a great job of diversifying out there. We're not just a walking horse facility. We do a little bit of everything.
Exactly.
And, every time, and Scott knows this, but every time we have marketing people that come to town, they do studies, and they tell us what we already know. They go, do you guys realize no town this size has a facility like the Celebration?
Oh, really?
Nobody.
Oh, it's spectacular.
30,000-seat stadium, 4,500 in the indoor arena, 100 acres out there, the biggest RV park in Middle Tennessee. So, and we're trying to do, and fortunately, we've been very fortunate out there to, of course, partner with Cooper Steel.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And you've been out there and you've seen the improvements made, very large part of the Cooper family. So.
And we've had the pleasure and honor of working with Gary Cooper and his exceptional staff on some of his expansion plans. And that man has a heart for this community.
Truly does.
Passion.
Yep, truly does. And yeah. I played a little baseball with Gary. He was better than I was. Okay, that's okay. but we were talking about that the other day, but he's helped a lot with athletics here as well.
Yes. So, he has.
In a lot of different areas, the Cooper family, and I think they started with a truck and a guy.
Well, that's impressive.
Now they're in 3 states, and
His vision and his passion for his employees as well as the community.
Folks go there, they don't leave.
No.
And it is exciting when a local family does so well, and provides a lot and provides jobs to a lot of people here in the city of Shelbyville, here in Bedford County. Absolutely, Scott. We are out of time, but I told you wearing that shirt would give you as much as you wanted. Anything else you want to talk about going on in the city of Shelbyville?
Sir, there's so much going on, but
save it for next time.
Yes, sir, because I'm back on the regular schedule.
Okay.
I'm so sorry I'd missed 2 or 3, I think, because it fell off my calendar, and we stay a little busy at the city on occasion.
Have you ever been bored yet? Been bored yet?
No.
Okay. All right.
Got a great mayor, great council, great people to work with, and so much to look forward to. So that's what keeps us going every day.
Well, we appreciate you coming in today. We've been talking to Scott Collins, the Shelbyville City Manager, updating us on the good things that are going on in the city of Shelbyville. I know folks appreciate what you and your staff do to make Shelbyville a better place to live and work here, Scott. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, the only locally owned radio station here in Bedford County. Until next time.
At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, directly across from the U.S. Post Office. 931-684-2020.
Hey, listen up. Kincaid's is currently having a big closeout sale on all furniture. Take advantage of deals on a huge inventory of name brands like Flex Steel, Jackson, Catnapper, Ashley, Ardent Home, and so much more. It's time to stop by Kincaid's and shop the huge inventory during their big closeout sale while supplies last. Buy local with Kincaid's, offering financing and free local delivery. Located on the Kincaid corner on Madison Street in Shelbyville. Kincaid Service Company, where service is their middle name.
Country music.